Hi guys, and welcome back to Mom Mind and Muscles. I've missed you since my last video. Hope you guys are doing well. So if you looked at today's title, you can see we're talking about Mel's hair growth journey, which has been a struggle. So stay tuned and I'll show you how we went from this to this in a little over a year. Alright, you guys, so when Mel was born, she had a full head of hair. I mean, it was dark, thick, wavy, gorgeous hair. And by the time she hit 4 months, my baby had lost just about all of it. I mean, it was to the point where we were out in public and depending on what she had on, people thought she was a little boy. I tried everything I could to get it to grow. You know, everyone had, their tips and it was just too much. So I decided to do some research and say, okay, it's time to figure out what it is that is prohibiting her hair from growing. So here's some tips and tricks on how I got Millie's hair to grow. I'm using my Erin Condren notebook along the way, so if you see me looking down, I'm just referring to some notes. I have to say, y'all, this notebook has been so helpful in helping me plan my vlogs. Like, oh my gosh, lifesaver. Seriously, lifesaver. Get you one, okay? Anyway, back to the topic at hand. So the first thing I did for Mel was purchase her a satin bonnet. Now, if your daughter is anything like mine, she probably will not wear that bonnet. I will tell you, the first time that I put that bonnet on her head, I knew immediately when I walked out of the room that it was no longer where I left it. And sure enough, I turned around and I went back into her room maybe like 10 minutes later, and it was on the floor at the door. Like, she had literally and threw it. Like, she was not about to wear that bonnet. So then I got the satin pillowcase. Well, she started getting creative and pulling the satin pillowcase off. So I got another satin pillowcase. It was the one with the zipper. That one worked. And then I realized after a while, she doesn't like sleeping with the pillow sometimes. Like, sometimes she wants to just sleep literally on the sheet. So then she wakes up and it's like, okay, you got the satin pillowcase here, but her hair is literally in the sheets. Like, I could literally see like little pieces of her hair in the sheet. So I was like, okay, fine. We have to get satin sheet. Number 2, products. Okay. So this is a big one because for the longest I was using like baby this and baby that and baby this and baby that for her hair. After she hit about 18 months, the baby products were not getting it anymore. No matter what I used, it never seemed to really get moisturized, and I was having so many issues with sealing in moisture. So I started letting her use some of my products, thinking like, okay, maybe if I try a little bit of this, it'll work. Didn't work either. And it wasn't because they were products that were mainly for adults. It was because I wasn't taking into account that even though Mel is my daughter, she and I don't have the same hair type or texture. Her hair is actually almost the epitome of my sister's hair. The way that it grows, the curl pattern, the texture. So I literally had to call my sister and say, hey, what do you do for your hair? And she was able to give me so much advice. And once I started utilizing some of the products that she was using for her hair on Melanie's hair, it was like a night and day difference. So understand that just because she is your daughter, that doesn't mean that what works for your hair, or even what worked for your hair growing up, is going to work for her hair as well. So you may have to play around with some products. It's going to be annoying. It can get costly, but it's worth it if you want that hair growth, okay? Number 3, scalp massages. We're somewhere between 1 and 3 scalp massages a week. It just depends on the week and how busy I am and what she has going on and whether or not we can make it happen. So basically what I do is I get an oil. Right now we're using either, got my notes. Right now we're using either jojoba, avocado, black castor oil, or Alikay natural. Depending on what I have, that's what I'm going to use. I warm it up in this little vial that I have, and I just insert it, put it on her scalp, massage it for a little while. She just sits there and watches her her phone or, you know, whatever. And I just sit there and massage it into her scalp. Number 4, avoid tight styling. So just make sure that you're not doing it so tight that, you know, you see those little bumps on your baby's scalp. Like if you see those bumps, it's time to loosen it. If you can physically see the hair pulling at your baby's scalp and it looks like it's like the skin is in the rubber band, you just loosen it up just a little, sis. Just let the follicles breathe, okay? Like that cuts off circulation to the scalp. So it's like you're not going to get any growth. Hello. Yeah. So, okay, number 5, deep condition regularly. So Mel gets a deep condition every 2 weeks. Mainly because she's usually always in braids. Sometimes, depending on the style, her braids can last up to 4 weeks, and I kind of do like a little refresh of the style at the 2-week mark. We deep condition every time we wash, just because I know that her hair is going to be back in braids, so I'm not going to be able to add much moisture during those 2 weeks while she's in the braided style. Number 5 was number 6, by the way. Moisturizing egg mask. So this is kind of like a protein treatment, but it's natural because I use like eggs. I'll put the recipe below, or I'll add it to the blog page or something for you guys. But I didn't want to use like a standard protein treatment because it can kind of dry your baby's hair out. But like this mask, like I do it with eggs, avocados, oils and honey, and I just kind of mix it, and it gives her a nice little protein treatment at home. And I probably do this like once a month at the most. Really like more like every other month because it can get a little messy. Number 7, diet. What you eat is so important to how your body works, right? So if you are eating foods that are going to aid in hair growth, you're not going to get any hair growth, like no matter what you do. So it's important that your child, and you know, they're difficult. I know. Sneak it in there, sis. Find a way. 3 foods that I know Mel will eat that have been great in aiding in her hair growth are avocados, eggs, and fish. She loves them. They're full of omega-3s and 6s and 9s and whatnot. And they're great for hair growth. So if your kid will eat 1 of the 3, 2 of the 3, 3 of the 3, give it to them. Whenever they want it, just let them have it because it's going to help with hair growth, okay? Number 8, be gentle. Y'all know what I mean. Detangle calmly, start at the ends, work your way down to the root, okay? Don't, if it's not a good day, sis, it might not be a good day to do your baby's hair. It's no point in pulling it all out, okay? Just be gentle, okay? Be gentle. It's that simple. Just be gentle, okay? Protective styling. So like I said earlier, Mel is frequently in braids. Some of the styles that I braid her hair in will last up to 4 weeks. The longer her hair is braided up, the more growth you get without the potential breakage. You know what I mean? After the protective style comes out, we wash, we deep condition, and it goes back into another protective style. And that has been what has made it so easy for us to maintain the growth over the course of this past year. And the last but not least, be patient, okay? The hair is not going to grow overnight. Like I said, we've seen a lot of improvement. It took us a little over a year to get that improvement. So you're not going to see it overnight. But know that with some patience, some TLC, it will happen. Okay? It'll happen. I promise you. It'll happen. Just be patient and let it all happen within time, okay? So I'll be uploading some protective styles that I do with Mel's hair, whether it's braiding or just standard styles that require low maintenance throughout the week. So I hope you guys stay tuned. Share your daughter's hair growth journey with me. I would love to see the improvement over time. Let me know if I missed anything, or if you have any other suggestions. Leave it in the comment section below because I want to see. I'm learning with y'all too. My kid's only 3. I'm no pro at this, okay? And stay tuned for some more protective style videos, and I'll see you next time. Bye.